What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is having a fantastic day so far. We're here with my co-host Ross, and first off, I cannot start this video without sending my condolences and prayers to everything that happened in Surfside today. This morning there was a collapse, and right now they're looking for over 90 missing people. So I know there are viewers such as Burgie who live near Surfside, lives in Sunny Isles, and a lot of people in the Miami-Dade County community are looking for lost ones. So I just want to send my prayers to the first responders and everyone involved, and due to the incident that did occur. Ross, we do have a very special guest coming to us live on this show that was recently on campus. Please introduce him to our viewers.
We have got 2023 quarterback Reese Mooney out of Denham Springs. How you doing today, Reese?
I'm doing good. Appreciate y'all having me.
Reese, man, it's a pleasure to have you on, especially a special talent like yourself. Reese, introduce yourself to some of the viewers that may not know your name but will after this show is uploaded on YouTube.
I go to Denham Springs High School, Denham Springs, Louisiana, and I play quarterback. And I'm going into my junior year, and I've been going to camps this summer. I've just been trying to work hard just to work on this upcoming season. So that's just a little bit about me.
Absolutely, Reese, and you're also a baseball player as well. You were just on campus at the University of Miami. Tell us about that. Was that your first experience in Coral Gables, in the city of Miami, on campus?
Yes, sir, it was, and it was a great one as well. And I just loved how the school was small, just stuff like that. I felt like I could grow there, so I liked it. So,
Reese, how was that visit? Break it down from start to beginning. What did you do when you arrived? Who did you meet with? Were you set up with a host player as well? Kind of break down that visit for everyone watching.
When we got there, there was like golf carts set up for us, so we went to go meet Coach Lashley, and had a long talk with him. The stuff he does and the way he carries himself in the program, and then we also just walked around, toured the campus, and we didn't go look at the stadium because it was they play at Hard Rock, but it was still an awesome experience. So there was a bunch of iguanas everywhere.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Reese, did Coach Lashley say anything to you that really stood out, something that really caught your attention?
Oh yeah, yes sir, no doubt. Just the history that is going on in that program, and their brand is just it's incredible. So,
was there anything about the facilities that you got to tour that really stood out to you as well? Did something kind of catch you by surprise and go, wow, this is amazing?
I love the indoor facility. That stood out to me pretty well, and how much they use that.
How's that relationship been with Coach Rhett Lashley, Reese? I know when we spoke to you previously, it was kind of the beginning stages. It seemed like the relationship is enhancing. You're being able to visit the University of Miami. How's that bond you built with Coach Lashley so far?
It's been a pretty good bond between me and him. Just got a lot of common. Just football wise, but then he could be a guy one day just to teach me stuff about life and life in general and stuff like that. So I love to do to death. So.
Absolutely. And Reese, I got to ask, do you know the history of, the quarterback position at the University of Miami? Were you educated beforehand or coming in? It was kind of surreal to know how many great quarterbacks that played at the University of Miami.
No, sir, not really. Because my dad's friend is a huge fan of Miami. So, I learned all the stuff from him. And, he just guided me through all this. I've always had.
Reese, I talked to you recently, and you were actually yesterday, and you were just getting done with a baseball game. How's your baseball season going?
Well, I just got back from all these visits. So it was my first game back from all these visits that I've been having. And I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was my first one though. So I mean, we won 13-0. So it's not bad.
What have you been working on this off season for football to really take your game to the next level? You know, is there a specific thing that Reese Mooney wants to truly improve at?
My knowledge of the game, and my strength in my footwork, and that's something that all quarterbacks need to work on, and also having great anticipation. I mean, that's all the stuff I'll work on. So.
What kind of offense are you looking to play in, at the next level? Is that even a factor with offensive coordinators that you meet on these visits you've been having so far?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No doubt that. I mean, most of the coaches that I've talked to, I mean, they love to throw the ball 40 to 45 times a game. But if we're going to be realistic, probably 30 to 35 times a game they'll throw. I mean, I can run it a little bit too, but I'm more of a type of RPO, just stuff like that, and also under center. So.
Now, you mentioned RPOs, playing under center. What would be kind of your dream offense to play in?
Hold up, sorry, you're gonna have to say that. I was getting.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Yes.
What would be your dream offense to play in? I know you mentioned, working in RPOs under center. What do you think is the dream offensive scheme you would like to play in at the next level?
It'd be awesome to throw 55 to 50, 45 times. I mean, that'd be awesome. Just my dream offense would probably be really explosive. So, I mean, it'd be awesome.
Absolutely. And what are you working on right now this offseason, Reese, to get better as a quarterback? Because we all have to work on, some things. Nobody comes out as a natural, just perfect. So what are you working on this offseason going into the regular season?
I'm going into the film room a lot. I've already said that, but I'll do that daily. I get up early in the morning. Every morning at 7 o'clock, we'll go in the film. Just work on some stuff that I'm not real comfortable with. We'll just knock them things out. So I mean, if you don't know what you're doing with the ball, then you're not gonna be really good.
Absolutely.
Reese, what makes you a special player? When you decide to play for a college, who are they really getting when they get your commitment?
Player with grit, hard work, just a great leader, top of all that. So, and a will to win.
Absolutely.
Do you have any current players right now that you've been watching and trying to mold your game after? Anybody you're getting pointers from?
You talking about like NFL guys, college guys?
Yeah, anybody.
I feel like I want to make my game a lot like Mahomes, but I think a lot of kids want to do that. So I want to be a little bit different. I want to try to be the better version of me. But I mean, in college, I've always liked Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson, like that. So I mean,
Okay. When you were on campus, Reese, were you able to talk with any current players at the University of Miami at all?
No, sir.
Okay. And do the coaches, do they emphasize you talking to other recruits or creating a bond, or it's really just you talking to Coach Lashley, and that's really the stringent of recruiting?
It was just me talking to Coach Lashley, and I started talking to Coach Likens before I started talking to Coach Lashley.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Well, Reese, I got to ask, what other programs are you visiting this upcoming, or that you have visited this summer, and kind of the recruitment stage there?
I've been to Georgia the second, and then I went the following week. I went to Mississippi State, and I went to South Carolina, and a few others, and then I went to Nebraska a while back, but and then I went by it's been a lot of traveling. Honestly, I can't even really keep up at all. But jeez, a couple others. Vanderbilt and also Miami. I mean, it's been a great.
Yeah, I mean, being able to visit all those programs, man.
Include some other schools, but I mean, it's a blessing. So.
Absolutely. I think being able to visit all of those programs, as a class of 2023. I think the offers are going to keep growing, and we've seen your tape. I know you're going to be one great quarterback at the next level, man, at the Power 5 level. So we're rooting for you. I'm expecting, the best outcome for you. I know you're going to be successful on and off the football field. Ross, anything else you wanted to add, Reese, before we let him go?
Yeah, Reese, I'm curious. What's the goal for Denham Springs High School football? What are you guys going to do this upcoming season?
Win a state championship.
Love it. Love it.
Y'all are going to see something. We're not backing down for nobody, so we're going to win a state championship. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. All right, Reese, it was a pleasure speaking with you, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. And we look forward to, your upcoming season, you getting better as a quarterback at the next level. And I know you're going to be doing great things.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
All right. Take care. All right. That was Reese Mooney, class of 2023. Very great talent, man. Ross, break down Reese's game for everyone tuning in right now.
Reese he's kind of got a little bit of it all. I wouldn't say that he's exactly a traditional dual threat, but he is definitely capable on his feet. He can create space behind the line of scrimmage, and he can actually create plays running after the line of scrimmage. So, his mindset of kind of, wanting to be a little bit like Patrick Mahomes, it makes sense because Mahomes will run when he has to, but he would prefer to pass the ball first.
Ross, do you think Reese at the Power 5 level, what offense do you think he can thrive in specifically? A spread offense, maybe he can go pro style, or maybe, he's really catered to more of a Big 12 offense that we've seen with Mike Leach, Cliff Kingsbury run, because, you mentioned Patrick Mahomes. He did play under Cliff Kingsbury, so what kind of offense caters to him?
He could play in a variety of spread offenses. And it's due to the fact that not only does he have the arm strength, he is a supremely accurate passer. And we have seen how important that can be in the spread offense. It's not always about the 55, 60-yard bomb. It's about finding the guy underneath for yards after the catch. That is something that Reese is very good at. He can nail the deep throws, the intermediate throws, and the short throws. And he displays very good touch on those intermediate routes, advanced touch for a guy his age.
Absolutely. No, 100%. I think it's always a plus that he plays another sport in baseball. I think it's just going to help with his arm strength as well. Like we've seen with a lot of great quarterbacks, they have played baseball in the past, and I think it really helps them out in the long run. Ross, before we bring on our next guest, which should be coming on shortly, we got to touch up on Paradise Camp. Class of 2022, there's a lot of great talent coming in. Who do you want to touch up on first?
There's definitely some very, very interesting players that are coming in. With the way things have been going at linebacker for us, I was very interested to see that we have multiple linebackers coming in from various different areas. One of them that really stands out to me is Avian Rice, for the simple fact that he played safety for most of his career, so he has that pass coverage ability. To me, he really fits that new age linebacker style, sideline to sideline, capable in pass coverage, but also physical enough to get in the box and stop the run.
Avian Rice, that was someone we interviewed, I remember, a few months ago. And at that moment, Ross, he was going over his offers. He did have an offer from Miami. Do you think now this is a potential second look to fit into this class?
I do. I absolutely do, Paul. No doubt.
Okay. Very interesting. One other name I want to touch up on, because this is a very intriguing prospect. Sean Wilson out of New York. We just interviewed him on this show. He's going to be at Paradise Camp. Very interesting wide receiver. He's 6'5", 215 pounds. I think he can play tight end at the Power 5 level. He's building a lot of muscle, adding a little bit of weight, he told us. What do you think about Sean Wilson fitting into this class potentially?
I think he fits really, really well, especially when we consider the type of offensive weapons that we've added already and guys like Lee and Ibieta. I mean, adding that supreme height length, and size is something that we just simply don't have on our roster hardly anywhere. The nice thing about Sean Wilson is he's already showing that he can put on that muscle and develop his upper body. So he's not going to come into college just kind of as a twig that needs nothing but physical development. He's going to come in with a fairly good body built on him already. And like you said, I mean, the jumbo wide receiver to possibly tight end role really might be exactly where he ends up.
That's where I see him fitting into this class per se. Let's say he gets that offer from Miami. They want to bring him on board. And, we feel like he's in a very good position with Miami. He loves everything about the University of Miami. He's going to be on campus, I believe, for the first time. He's going to be working out in front of the coaches for a second look, also tutored by a bunch of NFL stars. Michael Irvin's going to be there. KJ Osborne, who I think will be a great role model for any young wide receiver in high school, talking to an NFL wide receiver. Look, I think Sean Wilson can be a nice transition at the tight end level where we can add a tight end. We're probably going to lose Will Mallory after this upcoming season. We're going to need to fill in a hole. I think that fits perfectly with Sean Wilson into this class. Anthony Jones just committed to another program. He will not be committing to the University of Miami, committed to Texas. So that was someone we wanted in this class. So look out for Sean Wilson in Paradise Camp. Let's see how it goes. Ross, there's a question by Warren Miles asking about Zane Durant, 4-star defensive line. Have you taken a look at Zane Durant at all? What are your thoughts?
High upside 4-star defensive lineman with some very good athleticism and some quality strength. One thing that really stood out to me from Zane from the beginning was his burst off the snap. I mean, when he engages with the offensive lineman, there's that snap, there's that power. And you see that raw physical power. And he also does a very good job at hand placement initially, which actually allows him to get around some of these offensive linemen and become a pass rushing factor from the interior.
Interesting. All right. Very interesting. No, that's definitely a name to look out for. I feel like he's trending upward with Miami as well. Other name to look out for, class of 2022 for Paradise Camp.
We've got a guy that's coming in. He's another linebacker. I want to make sure that I get his last name right here. I know his first name is Caleb. It's Caleb Edwards. That's what it is. Yes, Caleb Edwards. He is another one of those about 6 foot tall linebackers that offers that sideline to sideline type of speed. And like I said, it's very interesting to me to see that we gave these Paradise offers to some guys like this while we're hunting after some of these other more well-known linebackers. So he's going to get a very, very, very good chance to impress this staff.
Okay, Caleb Edwards. Where is he based out of?
He's out of Louisiana.
Louisiana, okay. I'm curious, what do you think? I mean, we still do not have a South Florida area commit. Quan Lee is based out of Jacksonville, which is literally closer to Georgia than Miami. I mean, what do you think? Do you think that's fine? Do you think it's a bad thing, a good thing? I'm curious because, I think previous staffs, Al Golden, for example, he was going out of state, specifically in the Northeast a lot. That's where he was identifying talent. I think he lost a lot of ties with local high school coaches in the South Florida area, specifically Miami, Broward County. We can even go all the way to Palm Beach County, covering the entire South Florida area. I feel like he lost ties. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, having to make up some of that lost ground and having to, kind of, it's not reinvent Miami. I mean, in some ways it is, but to kind of get ourselves back in the mix of those elite schools. We're still working on places like American Heritage, other ones like that, St. Thomas. If you want to get those schools really in your, it's hard to say pipeline for a school like that, but if you really want to get those schools interested in you, you got to start winning consistently. You got to start winning bigger games. And until we do, the SEC schools, the Ohio States, the Oklahomas, they're going to be right in our backyard trying to pluck these players.
Speaking of American Heritage Plantation, Norman wants to know what's our take on Jacoby Spells. Rumors say West Virginia. Look, I'll be honest. I honestly think that Miami is very interested in Jacoby Spells. It can either go West Virginia or Miami right now, and I think West Virginia has the hand. Now, I will say this. What I feel. All right, this is not me saying any inside information, whatever. I feel like Coach Earl Little and Manny Diaz, that relationship is very frigid. Okay, it's not the best at the moment. And Coach Earl Little is telling, look, all his players, like, look, take a look at other programs. Okay, don't just focus in on Miami because it's the local school. Take a look at other programs, and I think West Virginia has a lot to offer Jacoby Spells in his eyes. So therefore, he is looking into West Virginia. What do you think, Ross?
I believe you. I absolutely believe you, Paul. You kind of took the words out of my mouth for the whole scenario. I don't want to just like think that it's time to abandon Spells and that, we got to all of a sudden start reaching out to guys frantically to try to find somebody else. To me, that's not the situation we're in with him yet. I do understand why he likes West Virginia, and I do understand why he might be pointing that direction. But there's no doubt in my mind that a guy like T-Rob, if he really, really starts to focus on this, we can see something change possibly, Paul.
Ross, we have a very special guest who will be attending Paradise Camp. He just got the invite. Renaud Smith, go ahead and introduce him to all the viewers watching.
Yes, sir. Renaud Smith is a 2023 athlete out of Fort Myers, Florida. He's a 5'10", just a dynamite player. I mean, we're talking about a guy with explosive traits. Fast top end speed, quick short burst area quickness, and some lightning fast footwork. And this is no doubt one of the hardest working recruits I've ever spoken with in my life.
Renaud, how you doing? Thank you for joining us.
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. And how excited are you to be going to Paradise Camp this upcoming weekend?
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's great to know that you get a notice by some schools now. It's like a lot of hard work that I've been putting in, and I'm ready to show it.
100%, man. Absolutely. Is this your first time going to be on the University of Miami campus?
No, sir. This is actually going to be my second time.
Awesome. How did that first time go? Was it a camp?
Yeah, the first time it was like the camp, but I stayed for like a little while. He showed me around a little while with Coach Packy. It was nice. It was nice.
Renaud, let our fan base know, what are you working on this offseason to take your game to the next level? What are you really focusing on?
Oh, I've been working on my releases and just trying to get my 40 time down more.
Absolutely.
Me and you got a chance to speak about a specific wide receiver, and you've been following some of his game film, Doug Baldwin. What have you been able to learn from Doug Baldwin?
The hesitation release. I've been watching that and learning that a lot. I've been going out to the field by my house and just working on that a lot.
Renaud, how excited are you that you're going to be coached up? You're going to be going through drills with past Hall of Famers and current NFL players at Paradise Camp.
I'm so excited. I'm just ready to show what I've been practicing. I'm ready to show my skill.
What are you looking to work on or improve on in this offseason? Maybe show off what you've improved on at Paradise Camp.
Really my releases, and I'm ready to show my speed.
I think he froze. Oh, he's back. Renaud, what other programs have you visited in the past, hold offers from, just for any viewers watching right now that may not be familiar with you?
I recently been on USF.
USF, very cool. How was that visit for you with Coach Jeff Scott taking over the program?
It was actually a camp. The camp it was a great camp.
Okay, very cool, man. Who have you spoken with any coach at Miami currently that you've been in contact with? Maybe a primary recruiter. Okay, which coach was that?
Coach Packy.
Coach Packy. How's that relationship been with Coach Packy?
It's been great. I honestly didn't see it coming. Like after my spring game, I was just talking about how like Miami's gonna get in contact with me, and then like 2-3 days later, Coach Packey he follows me, then he texts me, asks me will I be at Miami for a
Okay.
camp. And I was just like, yes, sir.
Renaud, what all do you do for your high school team? What do you play on both sides of the ball? What do your coaches ask you to do on a weekly basis?
Yes, sir. I actually do play both sides on the ball, and my coaches they asked me to be a leader.
What's the goals for your high school team this upcoming season? Is it playoffs or state or bust, championship or bust? What do you guys want to do?
Just making it farther in the playoffs this year.
How far did you guys get this last year?
We actually lost first round, 45 to like 44. It was a tough loss. We're hoping that we get farther this year. If we got a chance to go to states, that'll be great.
Growing up in Fort Myers, Renaud, what was your perspective on the University of Miami football program? Were you a fan? Maybe you were a fan of another program in the state of Florida or just in general?
I'm actually a fan of Miami. Growing
I love
up, my dad, brother, growing up, they like Miami, so it was only right and mandatory I had to like Miami. And then I started doing research, and I fell in love with the school even more.
Who was your favorite player growing up?
My favorite player was actually my brother, my older brother.
Okay, who was that?
Renaud Smith. He was actually good, but he really didn't get to finish his years in high school because he tore both L's, but he was really good.
Oh, wow.
And I always told myself I'm going to play for me and him.
Renaud, what kind of player are colleges getting when they go after to try to recruit you? When you make your commitment, what are you going to offer to that college? What are you going to bring to that football team?
I'm going to bring a lion. Everybody else likes to be dogs. I tell myself I'm that lion out the jungle.
Do you have any other schools outside of Miami that have kind of caught your interest? Any other schools that you're really interested in getting on campus to see?
Yes, sir. Actually, like schools like Yale, Columbia, USF, Howard Bison, some other schools that have been getting in contact with me.
I notice you take your grades very seriously and you're a 3.8 student. I just want to say that's fantastic, Renaud. And at a place like Miami, we truly do value, that side of everything. I mean, it's not just about football. We're about creating good men on and off the field at Miami. So it's fantastic to see that you're taking your grades seriously.
Yes, sir.
What are going to be some other factors playing into your college decision for the next 3 to 4 years when you have to make your commitment? Whether it's facilities, playing time, academics, relationship with the coaching staff, what's going to play in a big factor for you?
Really, I think the relationship with the coaches.
Relationship with the coaches? Absolutely. No, I think that's great because, you have to play under them for 3 to 4 years. So, you want to create that bond and that, relationship and strengthen it right now. So therefore, when you get to campus, there's no surprises. So I think that's great that you can identify that. And Renaud, I wish you the best of luck, man, this upcoming season. I know you're going to do great things at the college football level, on and off the football field. And we're going to be really rooting for you, man. I'll keep my eye out for you on Paradise Camp.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Ross, anything else you wanted to ask Renaud before we let him go?
Hey, man, I just want to thank you for jumping on, Renaud, man. We've had a chance to get to know each other a little bit, and we will definitely be following up with you after Paradise Camp. We're going to find out exactly what kind of show you put on there, and I know you're going to be stunting out there, bro. You're going to do great.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ross.
Appreciate it, Renaud. Have a great rest of your night. Renaud Smith, he will be at Paradise Camp once again. Break down Renaud Smith for everyone, Ross, that may not be familiar with him, but will after Paradise Camp.
We're talking about a little ball of lightning, dude. I mean, this guy, when he gets the ball in his hands, he is ready to explode upfield, sideline to side. The thing about him is, Paul, is even if he does get kind of caught going a little bit behind the line of scrimmage or sideline to sideline, he's proven that he has the juke moves, the tenacity, and the speed to get out of those kind of situations and still make something positive for his offense. He had a run against Lake Wales last year. I've watched the run like 5 or 6 times. It absolutely blew my mind, Paul. Absolutely blew my mind what that young man is capable of when he gets the ball in his hands.
Absolutely, man. I'm very looking forward to Renaud Smith. And we have another special talent, class of 2022. I know me and Ross, this is one of our favorite players in the class of 2022. Go ahead and introduce him, Ross.
We've got cornerback Elijah Mcantos.
Hello.
Out of Miami Edison.
Elijah, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining the show.
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing great, man. It's a pleasure to have you on. We're big fans of your game. Elijah, are you going to be at Paradise Camp this upcoming weekend?
Of course. I'll be there for sure.
How's it been, man, this recruiting process? I know Coach Luther Campbell had you guys visit. Was it Tuskegee, correct?
Yeah, it was.
How's it been for you, man, visiting all these programs? What offers do you hold, and who have you been in contact with?
Man, lately, man, I've been busy. I took a lot of unofficial visits as well. And during these past summer, I've been offered by Michigan as well for Marshall, and as well for Louisiana, Monroe, and that's pretty much it. I've been offered by 3 schools, lately, anything like that. It's just been crazy.
Have you spoken to anyone on staff at the University of Miami before your visit to Paradise?
Yes, of course. Coach T-Rob and Coach Van Dyke.
How's that relationship been with both of those coaches?
It just started like last week, man. It's just been good from there. Both coaches, I just played with them just like this.
Right. Absolutely.
Elijah, what is your current height and weight?
My current height and weight, 5'11.5". My weight is 174.
Awesome.
How did this last season go for you guys at Miami Edison?
Oh, it went good. We went 3rd round playoff. We lost to Chaminade, shortly. You feel me? And yeah, that's pretty much it.
What kind of stats did you put up?
I put up like a good amount of stats, but not good enough. But as well, my goal was my goal was a low pass completion, and I had did that good. So,
Elijah, growing up in Miami, you attended Miami Edison. Were you always a fan of the University of Miami, or maybe you liked another program?
I mean, at first I wasn't there until I met Artie Burns.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Until I met Artie Burns, and like that, I started learning, you feel learning more about his passing history and everything like that. So yeah, so then the coach about and everything like that. I started started getting to more about it. Then it just started growing from there.
Absolutely. I mean, Artie Burns, 1st-round pick, NFL veteran with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who else do you want to know about the University of Miami than an NFL veteran? How's that relationship been? Do you and Artie kind of talk about the cornerback position and, big priorities you need to work on to be better and hopefully make it one day to the NFL?
Oh, yes, of course. Artie told me, Artie told me my flaws and everything like that. He told me things that, that I need to get better at, and everything like that. Artie just, he's a coach. He's a coach in football and, in life as well, so yeah.
Now I got to ask, Luther Campbell, that's your coach now. How has he changed the Miami Edison program? Because, beforehand it had rich history, took a a small dive, hasn't been the best program, and then Coach Luther Campbell takes over, and you guys have been really winning a lot of football games. How is he as a head coach?
Man, that's one head coach that changed the whole program around. I could say that for sure. Because for with him, like Edison was like really nothing, you know, or just like like down bad, in the bottom. But until he came, like the whole program just like elevated up, up in the sky as well. So yeah, so like I could say that he made Edison.
Now, Elijah, did you have a private workout with Miami recently?
Oh yes, I did. Last weekend, on the last day, of the camp.
How did that go? What were you able to learn from that experience?
Oh, it went good. It went very good for sure. I learned a lot. I had learned a lot about myself. Coach T always telling me, like things about me that I didn't even know about and things like that. Coach T was impressed. Impressed, about my skills and abilities and everything like that. He was telling me how good I look and everything like that. So yeah.
Any other colleges you plan on visiting throughout the summer after
Uh
Paradise?
oh, okay, sorry.
No,
Uh,
you're fine.
I could say I was supposed to visit LSU, but I missed out on that. So I could say Washington State or maybe Illinois.
Okay, very impressive. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Where do you see yourself playing out in the next level? Have you spoken when coaches speak to you? Do they have you wanting to play on the inside, specifically out on the outside? And where do you see yourself?
Well, I could say more on the outside and anything like that. Like just like just being like an outside corner. Just me just sizing up to any corner. Just like just sticking around and things like that.
I love it. I love that response, man. That shows me a lot of confidence in you, Elijah. And we love your game. We love your highlight tape. We know you're gonna do great things, man. So we're very excited to see you play this upcoming season. I'll be there at Paradise Camp, so we'll definitely. I'll keep my eye out for you.
For sure. I appreciate it.
Elijah, I'm kind of curious. While you're going to be at Paradise Camp, what do you want to really experience there? What are you hoping to really see or learn from that event too?
Well, I could say like like my mistakes for sure. I gotta learn my mistakes, to get better at everything. So yeah, so like that's for sure.
Do you have any current favorite players or guys that you like to watch film of to help you in your own game?
I could say yeah, it's a lot of guys like Xavier Howard. That's for sure. That's one guy I watch a lot. Like just being physical and like just like being like technique and everything like that. And I could say for the second, I could say it could be a little bit of Jenny Ramsey as well, in the mix. So yeah.
What's the expectation for Miami Edison this upcoming season?
Oh, state for sure.
Any other players we should look out for on your team that are going to be stars at the next level, like yourself?
Oh yeah, it's for sure, man. The number one underrated player in the whole nation, Nathaniel Ray Joseph. That's for sure. Leon Hart. We got Francois Noten. Then we got after Francois Noten, we got Daniel Henry from there. Then we got our young guys. The big twins, 6'4", big twins, Olan Dila, to check them out.
Absolutely. We've had Nathaniel Joseph on this show before, so we look forward to having him again on too, as yourself, Elijah. Once again, man, we love what we see on tape. We know you're going to do great things, and I hope you go out and do a tremendous job in Paradise Camp.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I appreciate it for you having me here.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. Ross, anything else you got for Elijah before we let him go?
Yeah, before we let you go, Elijah, tell our Canes fan base, what kind of player are you? Are you a dog? What are you?
Yeah, I'm everything all around, man. I'm a dog. I'm a nice person as well. Everything like that. I work hard for everything. I go hard for everything. I'm never gonna back down. If I lose a fight, I'll come back and win. That's one thing. I'll never give up on myself. So yeah.
I love it, man. I love that mentality, Elijah. Once again, man, thank you for taking time out of your night, and I hope you have a great rest of your night, Elijah. Take care. All right. We'll see you at Paradise. Elijah Mcantos, class of 2022, cornerback out of Miami Edison Senior High School. He has been in conversations with Coach Travaris Robinson, DeMarcus Van Dyke. Ross, once again, what do you think about Elijah Mcantos?
Kind of why I wanted to ask him right at the end of what kind of player he describes himself is because when I see his tape, I see a dog. I see an absolute competitor. He backs down from nobody. He shows some very good skill in the physical aspect of cover cornering. A lot of guys will get too physical too early, lose their ability to catch up to a receiver if they blow by him. One of the things he's good at is he can jam up at the line. He can maintain that, and he can stay with his receiver after they make the move past him.
Seems like Elijah's picking up offers later on. He's going to be visiting Illinois, Washington State. He's visiting Paradise Camp. He had a private workout with Travaris Robinson, DeMarcus Van Dyke as well. He's been in conversations with. Do you think potentially this could be a take in the class and he'll receive an offer at Paradise Camp?
I see no reason why he wouldn't be, honestly. I believe that I wholeheartedly believe the fact that he had that private workout and then immediately was turned around and wanted back on campus again for Paradise. It tells me T-Rob saw something in him he really likes.
Once again, this is a local cornerback out of Miami Edison Senior High School. We do not have any South Florida recruits so far committed in the class. Perhaps Daughtry Richardson seems like my offensive lineman out of Miami Central. It's a battle between Florida State and Miami. Elijah Mcantos, will he be the one of those South Florida recruits we add, local talent from Miami Edison? We'll find out. I know his head coach is very vocal about the University of Miami and college football as itself, Coach Luther Campbell. Nathaniel Joseph, class of 2023, wide receiver, holds an Alabama offer. Look out for Miami Edison this upcoming season. They're a high school football program that is coming around once again. Ross, anything else you want to add before we cut it on this show?
No, I don't think so, Paul. I'm just, so grateful that we had these amazing players jump on, guys who are going to be at Paradise Camp or guys that were just on campus. So, it's just fantastic that we got to talk with some really, really good players. And these are good guys on and off the field. These are quality young men.
Now I got to ask Ross before we cut it. Class of 2022, I know we spoke about this off air. Past Paradise Camps, we've had some all-stars. We had Jerry Judy attend the camp. That's a first-round pick in the NFL from Alabama. Went to the University of Alabama from Deerfield Beach. This class of 2022 attending, rankings-wise, it's not as elite as previous classes. What do you think that is?
It could have a little bit to do with the fact that, the local talent isn't as big as it normally is, or it's not as abundant as it normally is. We could be also considering the fact that we've had our eyes on some guys for a while, and we've now decided to move forward with them after we've seen them progress throughout their development in football. So, just because we had some offers out here to these guys to come to Paradise Camp that seem like some new guys, my guess is the coaching staff knows these guys pretty well already, and it's why they were comfortable bringing them to Paradise Camp in the first place.
Absolutely, Ross. And like I said, we look forward to keeping our eye out during Paradise Camp for all these young men. It was a pleasure to have all these star-studded talent come through the scoop. Once again, man, Miami Hurricanes football, Paradise Breakdown show. Look out for us at Paradise Camp. I hope everyone has a great rest of their night, and always, all about the U. Go Canes.
Go Canes.